Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Hope everything is great. Everything here is good. I have a question today for you because I have found myself caught in the throes of tedium lately, and I don't deal with that very well. And I'm curious to know if you have strategies or methodologies for approaching repetitive, menial, mundane tasks. Now, I just want to know how you deal with that sort of stuff. It's not to say that what I am working on is mundane or menial. In fact, it's only mundane and menial to me, and because it's tasks that I've done. But for somebody else to step in and try to do what I'm doing would require them to go through, many hours of training. And so it's not like I'm doing spreadsheet data entry or something like that. I'm doing, quote, difficult work for the untrained, but for me, it's kind of just work, and it just needs to get done. And in particular, I have one project where there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of files that need to be updated and edited, and it's all just cleanup type stuff. It's just go through one at a time and fix all the little, garbage that's in there. And it's just such a mundane, boring task. I have one teammate who is working on that currently. As soon as I am done with my other projects, I'll be doing that with him. But it's been just getting through these other projects first is the big thing. And so to tell you what's happened. So yesterday, over the past week, I got asked to fix a form on a website, add new stuff. So I added the new content, I added the new things, and it was all broken. And I don't know why. And so I got upset and I deleted it and started over. And from what I found out, it was, it wasn't broken. I just had used it incorrectly on a site. So I have to recreate it because I deleted it all. And I mean, I deleted it all. And so going through it a second time, so the first time it took me 3 days to get this form built and to get all of the various interconnected pieces so that it's editable and viewable. And, it took me 3 days only because some of the other software in the stack that we use, I had to remember how this all ties together because it's not as simple as just saying print what's here, right? And so after I've relearned all that, it was simple work, and then I deleted it all and I had to restart. And so that was today. That was this morning's effort, was rebuilding all of that stuff. That took me 3 days. I did it in like 3 hours, and it was just at that point, I needed to just click and just do the thing, right, and just do it. And for me, I like to just put on music and just go for it. And that's really the only way I can manage stuff like that. Because otherwise, my brain will just start to wander and I will just find myself reading or find myself looking up tech data or, just whatever, scrolling on something, Hacker News or something like that. I'll find myself just so distracted that it'll never get done. And so I have to just power through it. And that's the easy way, is me putting on the headphones and just going for it. The thing is, building up the resolve to put on the headphones and go through it always seems like a struggle for me. Because there's always something better to be done, right? I've got this thing I needed to get done by the end of the month. It's now done. I can say it's done. I handed it off to the client. Before I walked down here, I sent them an email. Here's your stuff. Go check it out. Let me know. So I'm ready to work on Project 2, which need to finish. I'm hoping to finish, or at least have a working version of it done this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning if I have to. And then the rest of the week is dedicated to this other project that has thousands of files of just that they all need to be touched in some way, shape, or form. And me and my teammate working on that are just like, okay, how do we approach this? I don't know. Let's just do it, right? Like, just go for it. So those are the things that need to be done right now. Finish this form thing, work on this next project piece, work on the boring job. There is always something better. I could always go, oh, I've got this thing I need to do over here. There's lots of things I could point to and say, oh, that needs to be fixed and that needs to be fixed. But right now the priority is these 3 things. And how do I approach that? How do I come to grips with that? Because I would much rather go do the other cool thing than to put on the headphones and do the work. And so my question is just more or less, do you have a skill? Have you built a skill that allows you to just get it done? Because sometimes I really struggle with that. When I start, typically, I don't stop until it's done. People have pointed out to me that I'm a hard worker because when I say I'm going to do it, like, let's do it and let's commit to it, it gets done. And I won't take lunch breaks. I'll just go. Because if I stop, the chances of me coming back are slim. And that goes for, software tasks, data tasks, as well as like digging a ditch or working on the house or whatever. If I start, I'm just going to keep going. And everybody else will be taking breaks and pacing themselves. And I'm just like, nope, let's get it over with. Let's wrap it up. And the problem is getting started, especially when I know it's an unenjoyable task ahead. There's got to be some trick I can play on myself. Maybe. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is nemesis. It is a noun meaning opponent one is unable to defeat. How wonderful to live with one's nemesis. You may be miserable, but you feel forever in the right. Erica Young, an American author and teacher. Nemesis, Nemesis. Also one of the coolest villains in video game history.